Hello everybody, I'm Becca, and yes, it is time for my favorite books of 2017. I read a total of 61 books this year. That's 11 more than I read last year. My new reading goal for 2018 is 70 books, hopefully. I don't know, we'll try. So we are going to be counting down from 10 to 1 of my top 10 favorite books of 2017. Coming in at number 10, we have Walk the Edge by Katie McGarry. Guys, I am obsessed with Katie McGarry books. I've read all her books, I've read all her series, and this book was splendid. It is the second book in the Nowhere But Here series. It is about a girl named Brianna and a boy nicknamed Razor, and you know he's gotta be hot if his nickname is Razor. Although these two characters seem to be really different, trust me, they seem very, very different. You got the good girl and then the bad boy. You know, that cliche thing? They just might be more similar than they think. Like always with Katie McGarry books, this book was cute, funny, and so sweet, and it was a sweet, sweet contemporary, and I loved it very much. And coming in at number 10, we've got Fire in You by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Now, obviously, there was going to be a Jennifer L. Armentrout on this list. Duh, I love her. This book is the last book in the Wait For You new adult contemporary series. This couple in this book has to be one of my faves out of the whole entire series. In each series we get 2 new couples, and what I love about this series is that every single book, every single character kind of connects in every single book. They live like in the same town. They're like all friends. It's perfect. I love those books. I've already talked about it before. But this couple that we're dealing with in this book was phenomenal. I loved them so much. I loved their love story. It was epic. It was emotional. It had me tearing up. Although I'm really sad to say goodbye to these characters in this series because they're like family to me now because I read all of the books. It was such a wonderful series and I'm so glad I read it. Coming in at number 8. If There's No Tomorrow by, you guessed it, Jennifer L. Armentrout. Yeah, I know. I'm obsessed with Jennifer L. Armentrout books. Her books are just that good. This book was a new release this 2017. It deals with teen drinking and driving, which is a very important topic to discuss in books and in real life. The trauma that our main character was going through was so emotional, and I felt so bad for her, and I felt all of her feelings. The basis of the story, it really made me think, and it made me really, really emotional, which is something that's really hard for books to do. I don't know, some people are really emotional when they read books. They can just cry at the top of a hat, but I can't do that. The book has to be really good to make me cry. And of course, it's a Jennifer L. Armentrout book, so it was really good. To get straight to the point, this book really impacted me this year, and I'm so glad that I read it. I actually have a review of this book up on my channel already, so I'll leave that in the link in the description if you want to go check that out. Coming in at number 7, we've got The Silent Waters by Brittany C. Cherry. Yes, another new adult romance that I absolutely adored. I've read every single book in this series and they're absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend. Just something about this book and this whole entire series that is just so addicting. And coming in at number 6, we have Saint Anything by Sarah Dessen. I am a huge Sarah Dessen fan. I've made that known everywhere to everyone. Please pick up Sarah Dessen books. I loved this book so much. Of course, I love every single Sarah Dessen book that I can get my hands on, but this one especially stood out to me. For a while, Just Listen was my favorite Sarah Dessen book, but since after reading this one actually topped it. I don't know how it did, but it did, and I love it so much. I have such a special place for this book in my heart. I love the characters, I love the setting. It was just wonderful, wonderfully written. And coming in at number 5, what do you think it is? Do you think, yeah, you're right. It's Wicked by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Another Jennifer L. Armentrout book. I'm not sorry, okay? Because Jennifer L. Armentrout, her books are phenomenal. If you haven't picked up any of her books, like, you have to. And I recommend this one. You see it? Don't you just... It looks really weird, I know. It looks kind of like a mermaid kind of thing, but it's not, okay? It's a new adult paranormal romance about the Fae. I actually have a more in-depth review about this book already up on my channel, so if you want to go check that out, it's in the link in the description box below. All the books that I have mentioned that I have reviews on will be in the link in the description box below if you want to go check them out. As I said, this book has to do with the Fae, and the Fae are like one of my favorite mythological creatures that ever come up in the book. It's because of Sarah J. Maas. Like, thank you, Sarah J. Maas. You've made me obsessed with Fae books. Jennifer Armentrout, she took a whole entire new spin on the Fae world in this new series, and honestly, I loved it. It was so refreshing. Honestly, I can't wait to get my hands on the second book, and that just means that my bank account is going to go low, but who cares if I'm getting another Jennifer Armentrout book? Coming in at number 4, we have Warcross by Marie Lu. This book was a new release this year and it was absolutely fantastic. Again, I have a full review of this book already up on my channel if you are interested. I was actually really surprised by how much I enjoyed this book. It's got the whole futuristic dystopian gamer thing going on, and I am so pumped for the sequel. This is a duology. If you haven't already, go ahead and pick this book up so you will be ready for the sequel coming out in 2018. Coming in at number 3, we have Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. This was my first Morgan Matson read ever. It has got to be one of my favorite contemporaries. It just had me feeling like all the emotions that I needed to feel. It was yet like another book that had me crying. And if I say a book has me crying, that's just a hint to you readers out there that it is so good, that the writer handled situations so well. The family aspect of this book was just so gut-wrenching and heartwarming at the same time. But I guess now I'm like all set to read and marathon more of Morgan Matson books. Since reading Second Chance Summer, I have bought a lot of Morgan Matson books and I'm so excited to dive right into those. Coming in at number 2, we have To All the Boys I Loved Before and P.S. I Still Love You, both by Jenny Han. This is a part of a trilogy, and I had the 3rd book, I just haven't read it yet. I'm kind of trying to push it off because I don't want to say goodbye to Lara Jean and Peter Kavinsky. This was the year that I discovered Jenny Han books, and especially I discovered Lara Jean, the most awkward character that I relate to on so many levels. I can't describe the amount of love I have for both these books. Again, have the reviews up on my channel. Link in the description. You can just tell by watching those reviews how much I love these books. Like, I could not stop gushing about Peter Vinci and just the drama and just like Lara Jean and her weird awkwardness and like all the food she bakes. Lara Jean and Peter Kavinsky are just perfect. I'm really, really sad but excited to get to read the 3rd book in the trilogy coming 2018. 2018, like how is it already 2018? I don't know. Coming in at number 1, we have A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. Sarah J. Maas books are my favorites. I love her books so much. She is my favorite author of all time. I don't understand how she can write that good. This was the conclusion to our characters in A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy, but now it's becoming a series. Thank goodness. Okay, I needed more of my beautiful characters and my beautiful world. I needed more Rhysand in my life. I could not let him go after just 3 books. Like, no, I need Rhysand. I need him in my life. This conclusion was everything I could ever hoped and wanted. I loved it so much. I gushed about it so much in my review. Everything that Sarah J. Maas writes, especially the Throne of Glass series also, is just amazing. Court of Wings and Ruin was phenomenal. Favorite book of 2017. So that is it for my favorite books of 2017. I would love to hear your thoughts and what your favorite books of 2017 were. Make sure to go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. Everything that I basically have is at inabookshell. That's my name. Don't worry it out. Not my real name, but you know that. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. 2017 was such a great reading year, and I'm hoping that 2018 is also the same way. I'm Becca, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!